What's up, guys, and welcome back to The Question, where you have the questions and I have the answers. And today I'm answering the question, what are my hobbies? I think I've done a video like this before, but I'm going back and updating all my videos because I'm updating as a person. Also, as you notice, these glasses are different from the glasses I usually wear. These are actual glasses. Because it turns out that I am farsighted, so I need these when working with screens or reading, just so I don't have to concentrate as much and I don't get as many headaches as I usually do, which I get a lot of headaches. This is hopefully gonna help, but honestly, it feels weird wearing glasses now because I can focus on this in front of me, but everything far away looks really blurry, and that's odd. Also, because of incidents yesterday, and by incidents I mean me being an anxious bitch, they're not fitted to my face, so I have to go back and get them refitted. But other than that, not too different. I think I look nice. Instead of like a rose gold, they're gold now, and of course they're real frames instead of just blue light ones. So these are also blue light, so that's nice. Without further ado, let's get on to the video. If you've known me, and most of you do know me, I was the kind of person who did everything throughout my childhood, throughout school. I was in like 50 different clubs. I did all the sports. I did stuff outside of school, including volunteering, just outside dance and activities. And I do this mainly because I like to keep busy. I don't like to be alone with my thoughts or alone with myself so often. So the more busy work I can do, the better, even though that usually doesn't actually stop me from thinking about things I don't want to think about. And a big adjustment for going to college was that I didn't have access to a lot of the activities and clubs and sports that I usually did. There are basically no sports at DU that I did in high school or in middle school, and even if there were, I don't think that I have the skill level to compete at a collegiate level, so I wouldn't be doing them anyway. So it has been weird trying to figure out who I am without those things. But there are some hobbies that I have retained from prior to Colorado, and those hobbies are mainly just reading. I've loved reading since I was a small child, and I still read as often as I can. It's not as much anymore, it's not the focal point of what I do, but I do read quite a bit. I also just don't have time as much anymore. So, but I still read. That's like the number one thing that I do is read. The next thing I do is I like making content for you all. I like making YouTube videos and TikTok videos and Instagram posts, and because I like sharing what I know, I like answering questions, and I like educating people, because I think that there is a lot of value to education and to being open and honest with ourselves and with others. And I think having conversations like these are very, very important. I say as I'm answering questions about what my hobbies are. I'm not like saving the rainforest or anything. But I do think that education is an important part of activism, an important part of changing the social mindset so that real, legal, and long-lasting impacts can be made. Few lesser hobbies that I still do, but they aren't the main focal point. I still play the ukulele, though not as much. I'm not a big instrument person. I like listening to people and I like learning songs, but I don't actually like actively playing it. I don't have any real interest in it, but I do like learning something and accomplishing it and being able to make pretty music. But do I ever actually want to be a musician and write my own songs? No. I also still sew. I still do tie-dye when I can, and I still braid hair. I do enjoy doing those things. I don't have those things in college with me. Well, I mean, I have sewn on a few patches, but I don't braid hair on my mannequin heads. I don't have my mannequin heads with me in college. I don't tie-dye because we get fined if we mess up the dorm room, and I don't trust myself to not stain something that I can't clean up because it's carpet, it's not hardwood, so if I stain it, I can't wash it off, it's just there. So I don't trust myself to tie-dye, but I do enjoy tie-dyeing while I'm back here. And actually, I opened an Etsy shop so I can sell some of my tie-dyed wares. So I will put a link to that in the description. You should definitely go check it out. There are only 3 things on my site right now because I haven't had the money to go and get more stuff to tie-dye. So I'll be working on that. But if there's anything specifically you want to see in the shop, you should definitely comment below and I will try to get it up there. As for hobbies that I've discovered that I like doing in college, I started writing a book for my brother, and I do enjoy doing that. I like listening to music as well and watching YouTube and Netflix and TikTok. I do it a lot more than I did there just because I feel like there's less repercussion for me spending a whole day watching Netflix and those when I'm at home. And so I definitely enjoy consuming content and researching that content. My friend started a podcast, and I'll link that podcast in the description below. I've had the 3rd episode out now. It's really, really fun. You should definitely go check it out and give them a like and a follow and a listen. But they pointed out that every time they talk about something, I have to go and research it, and I realize that I do that with basically everything I watch. So like if someone mentions something in a TikTok, I have to go research it. If they see it in a YouTube video, I have to go research it. If they talk about something, or there's like a biopic on Netflix, I have to go look it up and see like what's accurate, what the actual story that it's based off of. And I really enjoy learning new things, also because it gives me more content to share with you guys. I also realized recently I really like baking bread. And I mean, I enjoy baking as much as the next person. I think I'm pretty decent at it, even though I am like super eclectic in the kitchen. Like my brother has said that it is the funniest thing to watch me try and bake a cake because I'm just like all over the place. But baking bread or pasta is so satisfying. Just watching the dough rise. I mean, yeast smells awful, but I made pretzels when I got back, and they tasted so good, and it was just so satisfying to make. And so I think I'm really gonna get into bread baking because of all the different forms of baking. I think to me it's like my favorite just because it's the most satisfying, and there's just so much power and like such a vibe to make your own bread. I mean, like, you could basically survive the apocalypse provided you have the ingredients, but like I feel like I have some ancient like archaic knowledge being able to bake my own bread. It's nice. Also, I really, really want to bake challah because I will die on this hill. Challah is the best bread in existence, and now I have the ability to make it. So I am all powerful. Though I only have this ability while I'm at home because baking at altitude in Denver is different, and because I don't feel like using the communal kitchen. That's just not something that I want to do. Have there been any sports or clubs that I have kept up with in Denver? I mean, as a direct translation, no, I'm not a part of any of the sports or clubs that I did while I was in Washington, now that I've kind of moved to Denver for college. But I am a part of the running club, because even though there's no track or cross-country team, they have a running club, and I like running with them because I realized that a lot of the sports and activities I didn't have much connection to doing them. I just like doing it with the people I was doing it with. So I don't like running. I won't run by myself, but I like running with the group, and this is a really fun group that we run with, and I've made some good friends on that team, especially since most of them live in the same building as me, so it's nice to like run. We can go get breakfast afterwards and then walk back and just like hang in the common area. It's nice. It's nice. I also am part of the dance team, and I am one of the few Irish dancers on there. There's actually a lot of Irish dancers at DU, but it's a dance team does a variety of different dance styles, so not only Irish dance, but also hip-hop and jazz and contemporary. So it's really fun because also I love dancing. I love Irish dancing, but I love dancing in general. I like learning and I like moving my body to fun music, and that's what it is. It's non-competitive. None of the stuff that I do is competitive. I don't compete anymore at anything. I think that just takes some of the weight off, so you can just like enjoy yourself and be bad at stuff, and knowing that it doesn't really matter in the long run. That's been really great for me to keep in mind. I'm also part of the QSA, as I mentioned in my video essays, and I think in my video about my experience at college. QSA is the Queer Student Alliance, and I've made a lot of friends there. And I'm also part of the fandom club. I've made a lot of friends there too, and it's nice. I don't have to run anything. I don't have to really be responsible for it, because Prism was great, and it was really, really inspiring to make a club that's still going on, but also it was a lot of work, and there's a lot of anxiety around maybe I'm not doing it right, maybe I'm giving them misinformation, maybe I'm leading them wrong. And so here I can just sit back and experience and observe and, offer my own little critiques and pointers and help shape the experience without having the responsibility fall on my shoulders to do everything. Also, it's nice to see a more official and large operating QSA or GSA versus Prism, and I feel like it's a good experience to see how an official one works versus what I was doing. That being said, I still think Prism is like the best thing ever because, I made it and I'm biased, but I'm proud of myself for making it, and I'm proud of the people who helped make it with me, and I'm proud of the people who are continuing to run it today. Anyway, back to Fandom Club, because I'm a nerd. Apparently not the biggest nerd though. Fandom Club is a small group of people, and we just have a different theme or different fandom we're gonna talk about or watch stuff from each week. And it's small, it's personal, it's fun. Most of the time we just pirate movies or we pirate TV shows. We just sit back, watch, then argue about them. It's nice. I think all in all, college has given me a good space to really think about what do I like versus what do I actually like doing, and why do I like doing them? Because I realized a lot of the sports I did, I liked because I got to do them with people I enjoyed being with, not because I actually had any stakes in the sport whatsoever. And so it's been nice to relax, but also it's unusual, and it's gonna be a learning curve for me to not be doing as many things that I have done. But that being said, comparatively speaking, I'm still doing a lot more than most people, but I still feel like I'm not doing enough.